the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. We got to come up with something to do to make videos about. Hence why we're on the road again. Top of the morning to ya! St. Paddy's Day weekend!
We may not be wearing green, but we're going to go look at plenty of it.
I'm a lot more German than Irish anyways. Congaree National Park. Our first national park. Well, second.
Second.
Yeah, so. Well, it's kind of hard counting Grand Canyon because that was our pre-RV days. I mean, it counts, but does it? I don't know.
Well, we don't have the RV today.
But it's still a mission of adventure. So here we are, Congaree National Park.
Good morning.
Check out the visitor center before we decide what part of this vast swamp we're gonna explore first. Probably first and only.
Especially during pollen season.
Yeah.
So forgive me.
That,
I clear my throat 300 times and sniffle.
as with everything else in our adventuring career so far, we probably picked the worst time of year to do this. But, you know, we got to go when we can.
We do this for you.
Keep that in mind. Reflect it in the comments section, eh?
So you can do, this is put out by Cornell, morphology.
I don't like spiders and snakes, but that ain't what it is.
There's something in you. It's the woodpecker from the inside. There it is. I told you I heard a woodpecker.
There's a woodpecker in here.
My 4-year-old would love this.
Brother.
The teacher in me never goes away.
All right, and away we go. Isn't this nice?
Yes.
Our tax dollars at work.
Kind of seems like you're cheating to walk on a boardwalk on a hike, but you know.
Well, until we scout out the place.
Well, and knowing us, we'll find water somewhere.
Congaree National Park is one of the youngest parks in the national park system. If memory serves, it was established in the early aughts, if I recall correctly. Of course, I don't do my research before I turn the camera on. I just wing it. But we do know that it is one of the least frequented, given its size and its, I won't say remote location, but kind of off the beaten path location. I mean, it's just outside of Columbia, South Carolina, but it's not exactly something you'd pass by like on a major thoroughfare between Columbia and Charleston. So you really have to be making a point to come out here. But that's a shame because it's lovely.
One nice thing about Congaree National Park is it's very accessible to handicapped wheelchairs, which is unusual for most hiking trails. Rotted down to the nubs.
Wooden stalagmites. We're going overland. Yeah, this is what we came for.
The saga of our hiking continues.
They're going to start calling us the Turnback Duo. We've reached the end of the yellow brick road, the yellow plank road, which, you know, and that's fine. I don't mind hiking overland, but this is a little bit swampier than I think us rookies should be doing, especially lugging expensive camera gear. So I guess we're just going to have to stick to the prepared trails and look at nature and talk to the park staff and enjoy the park that way, because I don't think we're going to be delving through the mire. Alright, let's see the rest of it. It's just kind of, you know, like, here's the reeds, and the reeds grow like in a, pattern's not the right word, it is like a path that the reeds follow.
Right.
And then over here, you've got like this path where the grasses are growing higher. This might be slightly higher land.
Elevation.
Can't tell. Yeah, it's coming out over it.
Oh, that must be the bluff trail you wanted to take.
Well, yeah, I figured it was one trail crossing it.
Well, no, that's part of Sims Trail. That's the other part of Sims Trail.
Oh. Well, shoot.
You wanna walk down it?
Sure.
We have definitely moved out of the swampy area, swamp proper, into more wooded area.
Well, we know that the western lake loop was where we were mudded out, swamped out back that way.
Right.
So if we went that way, we'd end up back in the,
Swampland.
the dank, dark, deep, damp swamp.
Say that 10 times, really fast.
No.
Okay, so this is Wise Lake, or so we assume.
I don't feel
Since-
any wiser.
You don't feel any
I don't
wiser?
feel any wiser.
Huh, must not. Oh, you must have to drink it. Go ahead.
No. I'll stay stupid. And there is Congaree National Park's resident elephant. If you kind of see the...
How's that go again?
He goes... You didn't hear it the first time?
So you can clean off all that crazy mud we went drinking through.
These are workers, right?
What?
These are workers, right?
Well, we'll find out if not.
Another long day of walking, and lots of it. Oh, Congaree National Park, our first, well, as we said earlier, our second national park, but first since we've been doing this stuff. Good for a day trip.
Yes.
I mean, since there's no RV camping, I mean, there is primitive camping. We did not even see those facilities because we just didn't walk that direction. But, you know, for a day trip, a lovely scenic natural walk. Lots of pretty bird sounds and
Right?
forest scents and smells and
Multiple different trails to travel, and it's free. So hey,
yeah, no admission.
free 99. So lots of families. Looks like people just spending the day enjoying not being rained on because, and most of the country, but especially in the southeast, it has rained almost every single weekend since what, September?
I'd say, yeah, it's end of September, yeah.
So we were right there along with the multitude of other people that were enjoying all the different trails. I think there are about 10. I'll have to double check that, but quite a different, a lot of selections as the type of trails that you can go on. So that was nice, and it sounds like people come back again and again to walk different trails.
Yeah, I can see how this would be a place that you could come back for multiple day trips and do something a little bit different each time. We walked primarily the boardwalk, the one 4.4 miles, I think it is, in a loop.
Thereabouts.
And that's what we mostly did. Congaree National Park is on a floodplain, and all the signage and documentation that you would read before you come make it very clear that at any given time, large portions of the park could be flooded.
In fact, some of the areas we walked,
and with
were
all the
flooded.
rainfall that there has been this winter, even though it's not raining today, has not rained most of this past week, there were still parts of it that we could not go any farther than we went and had to turn around and double back, and that's why we ended up staying on the elevated boardwalk for most of our afternoon. But even that was a lovely walk. It was plenty of walking, good exercise. Again, lots of lovely scenery and peaceful sounds, and it was very enjoyable. I highly recommend. I approve.
Yes.
So on that note, we're going to find us a little bit of early supper on the way home and then call it a weekend. And we shall probably see you folks next on the road to St. Augustine, Florida. Oh, and keep living and learning.
And like our video.
What you said.